Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Doctor in the House is next with Dr. Leonard Surage, brought to you the compliments of La Place Salaison Jeannot Cooperative Credit Union, Tapia Hospital, and St. Lucia Planned Parenthood.
The St. Lucia Planned Parenthood is now at number 9 Grass Street, Castries. The same team you know, just a new space. If you need advice, testing, or support with your health, we are here to help. We are also introducing our SRH Bridge Clinic at South Louis Community College, connecting students to care for healthier choices and brighter futures. At our main clinic, we now offer long-acting contraceptives through the support and specialized training provided under the UNFPA BBE project. You can walk in, call 452-4335 or WhatsApp 722-1234 for more information. St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association, promoting a positive approach to sexuality.
At Tapia Hospital, caring and competent obstetric consultants will see you safely from prenatal care through delivery with a team of excellent pediatric and anesthetic support. Tapia Hospital, where the patient's safety comes first.
Say hello to Jeannot Visa Debit Card. It's the convenient and secure way to access your money from your account at Jeannot. You can use your Jeannot Visa Debit Card in lots of ways and at millions of locations worldwide, in stores and online. You can use it to buy everyday things or withdraw from ATMs and make regular payments such as bills. It is easy to use. Simply tap and pay. Jeannot, we can move mountains for you. Powered by First National Bank.
It's delicious. La Place Salaison is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Place Salaison, of course. La Place Salaison, Castries, Groselet, Beaufort, and Surage. It's delicious.
It's now time for Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia, hosted by Dr. Leonard Surage. Dr. Surage, a very good evening to you.
Good evening, Andre, and good evening, listeners to the program. Welcome back again. Today I'll be talking about something maybe in keeping with what I have been discussing for the past few weeks, and that is how to keep healthy, how to live longer, how to live a higher quality of life, how to live with much less discomfort and pain. It's not a matter of how many years you can clock. It is the quality of that life that you're living. As it would turn out that the tips I will give you are nothing that's expensive and beyond anybody's reach. So basically today I'll be talking about the blue zone, something that I promised I would do, but I have not actually addressed it as a topic. What is the blue zone? Now you might find it uninteresting until you begin to hear it. What happened is that some demographic people, now demographic means if you suspect a certain condition that exists, maybe a disease or something, you actually find out who are more likely to have it. And the people that this disease is particular to they live in a distribution called the demographics. Sorry. So some researchers carried the research and discovered that there is one particular area that they found men tend to live longer. Many of them reach past 100. They live a healthier lifestyle. They tend not to have much disease, like not much of heart disease, not much of cancers, not much of diabetes, not even dementia, not much of dementia. They found these people are living in a way that they enjoy a high quality of life, less pain, less discomfort. So the researchers said, could there be other parts of the world that have the same kind of people? So what they looked at is what make these people live longer and with less problem. So they teamed up with National Geographic, which is a very well-known organization that looks into different interesting things, medical or non-medical, in all parts of the world. So they got together and begin to map out the areas that have people who live longer. And so when they begin mapping it out, they use a pen and mark out the area, circle the area of interest, and marked it blue. So they would look at the blue zones and develop the criteria for the blue zones. So they discover that it was not only, there's a town called Sardinia, and this is not the only town that had people who live several years old, 100 plus. And so the research pointed out that when they discovered Sardinia, they had more research fun, and therefore they went further and discovered also Sardinia is in Italy. And subsequently they identified people in the village who lived longer. After their research, they expanded and found there are other places. There are 4 other parts of the world where people tend to live longer, live a higher quality life, etc. Another one was...
Sorry to disturb you. So these other countries, are they part of the blue zone as well?
The zone itself is a small area in the country. For example, if you find that Ancillary has a particular thing whereby the people eat more fish and there's more fish bone stuck in their throat. They would wonder, why is that people from that area have more fish bone stuck in their throat? And then they would map out and say, the average for 185,000 people is maybe 1 fish bone to every 100 people. But when they get to that area, they say, but they're about 500, they're about 5 times higher. Why are they higher? So the demographic is to plot out the more likely things to happen in a geographic area. But it's not a country, it is that location.
The reason I asked, you said that there's several other countries apparently have people living up to a certain age. So that's why I asked you that question.
Yeah. So Sardinia, which is in Italy, is one of them.
Right.
The second one is, and that was after research showed that in Japan there's a place, a town called Okinawa, and they found that in Okinawa, the world's longest living women were there, and we'll go back and tell you what lifestyle they live to do it. And similarly, there's another country that has it as well, and that is Nicoya Peninsula. That is located in Costa Rica. So, and of course, the other areas, maybe for a different reason, but we have Icaria, which is in Greece, and they also have that thing. And in the United States, in California, a small town in California called Loma Linda. So what they found is that the community is basically, now this is basically a 7 days Adventist religion. So they don't drink much alcohol and so forth, and they rest a lot. They take they have their Sabbath, and most of the time they're resting. So what they're looking at is they look at all the features that may be possible to make somebody live longer. And they came up with this power of 9. They find there were 9 issues that is common to all of them. And one of them is natural movement. There are people that are not just sitting there, waiting there and just waiting to die. They get old, they keep on going, they keep on climbing the hill, they keep on doing the gardening, they keep on going and going and going. They never really stop. Of course, if you are ill and you cannot go on, that's a different matter. But those who can, the natural ability of doing things, they do it. And they also remain clear in what they are doing. They are not people who are lost and don't know what to do. They have their day planned out. They go and achieve what they have to achieve, and they put rest with it. But they are active, they are moving, and they are purposeful. They have a reason to be living. So when they wake up in the morning, they're looking forward to doing something because they have something planned. And although you might wonder how this can influence longevity, it is the peace of mind it gives you, the sense of purpose, and with the sense of purpose is a sense of achievement. If nothing happened in your life, you're depressed, or you're not seeing any movement in your life, you're living day after day after day, it affects your immune system, it affects other parts of your well-being and cause problems. So they found out these two. Thirdly, they found that that eating, with eating, they say that most of them would not eat until they're overfull. They would eat. They say, well, after you've eaten 80%, you feel 80% full, stop there. So they don't go overfill and get niggeritis and go on to sleep.
But Dr. Surage, how do you calculate 80% when it comes to your stomach?
Well, not in percentage may be difficult, but you can know when you're not really...
Yeah, there's a natural alarm system in each human being, I imagine. It sort of tells you you've had enough, your belly is full.
But
how do you...
one thing, well, you cannot calculate the 80% as such. But one thing you can calculate is that we know for a fact that when you're eating, by the time you feel full, it takes quite a few minutes before your body registers that you're full. So there's a lag period. And that is maybe the wisdom in don't eat don't eat until your belly is full. Because your belly is full long before you think it's full. Because a signal from your stomach to your brain that tells you are full.
But that brings up another problem. Because you have people, for example, who go on diets and they eat a little. Or maybe just vegetables, and that digests very quickly. And then now they're really hungry after that. They're really, really hungry. So I find that a little confusing in the sense that you eat, and you're saying don't eat all the way until you're full.
Yeah.
But then you have others now who don't eat until they're full, and then they're hungry. So that's what I'm saying. How do you balance this thing?
Okay. The people you're referring to are those people who want to lose weight. No?
I assume.
Because if they're on a diet, they want to lose weight. And we know that the more you ingest food, the bigger you'll get. Because this is common sense. If you eat more, you'll put on weight. If you eat less, you'll lose weight.
Right.
So maybe they're trying to lose weight, but that's a separate thing from somebody who's trying to remain thin, and they decide, well, they're not going to listen to their stomach as to when they are full. They would know when they have had enough. And even though they're not totally filled, they would stop there. You're still having a difficult... The way you look at me blank. But the other way to see it is how I mentioned that if you're eating, by the time you feel full, which is called satiety, when you feel full, you overfull, because it takes a while for the body to tell you to stop eating because you're full. And so what they're saying is that before you get that signal, say, stop eating, you're full, your belly can't take anymore, they tell you stop before that. So you may argue, was it 80%, 75%, whatever. But the point is, don't eat until you're overfilled. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Principles.
I just, what I find a little difficult to comprehend is
The
how do you
80%.
know when you're full or you overfull? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know?
You have your plate of food. You know yourself. You know how much you can eat, and you'd probably know also when you are almost full, and it's not like only like a bottle that you fill it, when you get to the top it can't take anymore, so it spills. You can have a sense of fullness yourself. So
Okay.
so the sense of not, in other words, not overeating and not eat till your belly full, and that's one of the things. But I think all that is pointing towards remaining lean, don't overeat, don't get obese. That's the story I'm getting there. And also plant-based food. And I think that is one of the issues that maybe we are guilty of, by eating a lot of refined carbohydrates, by eating a lot of highly processed food, and at the maybe expense of eating local things and things that are not being cured, processed, and make it very expensive. So I think the plant-based thing, they say beans, whether it is black beans or soy or lentils, whatever, but get some of your proteins. Not all your protein must come from meat. Get some coming from plant-based. And most of the beans, the legumes, would have a lot of proteins in it. So that's one of the things they have found. They've also find that eating meat, preferably if you drift towards less red meat and more lean meat and white meat like turkey, chicken, that kind of thing. They also mentioned maybe a glass of wine is not so bad after all. And the reason for the wine is not the high it gives you, but many of the wines have high antioxidants, and that helps with immune system. It helps with preventing disease, etc.
So the people in the blue zones, they don't consume any alcohol?
They would say, well, they have found that among them, the amount of alcohol they consume is far less than the average population.
Because for sure, the Seventh-day Adventists, they don't consume any alcohol.
Yeah. But I have seen nothing that say absolutely no alcohol. What I saw they are saying is reduce the amount. Maybe they even mentioned 1 to 2 glasses a day, and that was wine they were referring to. But unlike smoking, well, they never mentioned whether it is marijuana or cigarette. We assume that when this is done, cigarette was what they're looking at. So smoking is a no-no. There's nothing that encourages it. So they're very emphatic about don't smoke. Drink alcohol very moderately, socially, but don't go and drink on your own because sooner or later you'll become alcoholic. I think it's a social event, drinking. And generally they talk about socializing. You cannot live a lonely life. You must interact with people. You must have friends. You must share your pain and share your misfortunes. Because as a result, you will get some kind of benefit derived from by sharing your issues, etc. So, sorry. So that is the essential point of it. I find also there is the movement. They said exercise and doing stuff. You should at least try and do about half an hour, 45 minutes of walking, brisk walking at the rate of, say, 3 miles an hour. When you walk brisk, it's like 3 miles an hour. And cover about a mile a day, or 2 miles if you can. There is a saying that said, to every hour of exercise you do, you lengthen your life by 1 hour. And and they also said that the exercise may not necessarily be training in a gym. Training in a gym for muscle power, etc. is good, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be that. Sorry, it could be basically you're at home, you're doing things around, just keeping busy, doing the things you normally do, but keep active. And the activity is a very high index. I mean, all of them say that. Now, the blue zone people is circumstance. They didn't do that because they want to live long. It is situation that forced them to be in that situation. For example, there's one particular group, they were living in the mountains. You can't take a cab to go up and down. You have to walk up, walk down. And the walking and the strenuous activity actually make them live longer. But it is not because they deliberately decide they're going to walk instead. So what they have found is that these people are able to live longer because of the cultural thing that promotes that.
They don't have the luxuries.
Yeah, and so sometimes we might think that a luxury is the absence of luxury is an impediment, but it may very well be
a blessing in disguise.
A blessing for you. Yeah, because I have known people. One particular friend of mine, his car got damaged, and for 2 months he was without a vehicle. He was a teacher actually. He drive to work and back. The man lost so many pounds because he was walking up and down, and so the exercise do help you to regulate your weight and so forth. The weight issue is another big one, and there's something that I have not mentioned, that's sleep. These people, because of the nature of where they live, they tend to go to sleep early, wake up early, so they sleep, they get their good rest, their good they say it's about 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep a night. And you must sleep in such a way that your sleep is not disturbed. So you must really have a rhythm when you go to sleep, when you're waking up on a regular basis, so your whole body can get used to the proper sleeping. So all what I've mentioned so far doesn't require money, doesn't require any kind of expenses. It's just lifestyle. And they've said that even those people whose lifestyle is, those who may have a genetic predisposition to develop a cancer or something, if they adopt a more lenient lifestyle, like we've been talking about, they can reduce the chance of diseases and cancers. And last time we talked about the genetics and that kind of thing. And so these are one of the many things that can assist these people in the blue zone. So we call it blue zone because of the way it was marked out when they were doing the research. It's nothing to do with blue or green or anything. And so they also say that you cannot carry hate. Now, everybody may not agree with that, but they're saying that be at peace with yourself, be at peace with your neighbor, resolve your issue as you can, but carrying hate, carrying this this high level of anger does not do well for you. So you better forgive everybody.
As you said, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Because I've often wondered how people are able to manage not speaking with a number of individuals. I mean, they literally phase them out. Like, they make a deliberate attempt not to speak to those people, a number of them, over many years. Maybe the person hurt them in some way, and they never speak with that person anymore. And not just one, a few. So imagine, to follow up on what you said, carrying all that animosity.
Yeah, it actually is bad for your health. And so when you see people develop high blood pressure and diseases like diabetes, and when you see they have anger built in them that causes other things, that's all because of their personality, the non-forgiving personality. And that is where they'll tell you that a bit of Christianity is good for you. However you take it, but the forgiveness, when you forgive somebody, you benefit more than the person, because it is one load that's off your chest. That's one stress you don't have to deal with. So that kind of thing is, we tend to overlook it. But the science and the studies showing that this helps these people to get better.
And as I was saying, Dr. Surage, imagine if you feel that way toward one person, right? One is a heavy load to carry. Imagine you have 6, 7 people that you feel this hate toward. Yeah.
Yes, and actually it is not too, that hate is not too remote from stress. And we know for a fact that stress, mental stress, do have an effect on your longevity. We see it over and over. You see people getting very stressed in their life for whatever reason, things they cannot control, things they have, maybe they can control because you can forgive if you want, but those people who have issues where they cannot immediately find answers, it actually wears them down.
Okay, Dr. Surage, we'll take a little break and come back, maybe take some calls.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM with Dr. Leonard Surage. The program is brought to you the compliments of La Place Alaison, Jeannot Cooperative Credit Union, and Tapio Hospital and St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association.
St. Lucia Planned Parenthood is now at number 9 Grass Street, Castries. The same team you know, just a new space. If you need advice, testing, or support with your health, we are here to help. We are also introducing our SRH Bridge Clinic at South Louis Community College, connecting students to care for healthier choices and brighter futures. At our main clinic, we now offer long-acting contraceptives through the support and specialized training provided under the UNFPA BBE project. You can walk in, call 452-4335 or WhatsApp 722-1234 for more information. St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association, promoting a positive approach to sexuality.
Tapio Hospital Radiology Department offers 24-hour service. We provide you with X-ray, CT scans, and ultrasound imaging using the most modern equipment that produces the best images for your medical attention. Call the Radiology Unit at 459-2201. Tapio Hospital, where the patient's safety comes first.
Say hello to Janu Visa Debit Card. It's the convenient and secure way to access your money from your account at Janu. You can use your Janu Visa Debit Card in lots of ways and at millions of locations worldwide, in stores and online. You can use it to buy everyday things or withdraw from ATMs and make regular payments such as bills. It is easy to use. Simply tap and pay.
Janu, we can move mountains for you.
Powered by First National Bank.
It's delicious.
La Plaza Les Oeufs is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Plaza Les Oeufs, of course. La Plaza Les Oeufs, Castries, Grocery, Beaufort and Soufrière.
It's delicious.
Welcome back to Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia. So, Dr. Surage, it's back to you.
Thank you once again, Andre, and thank you listeners for staying on. You, at this part of the program, I'm welcoming you all to give us a shout at the station for 572-9710. That is the landline, or a WhatsApp 287-0971. Once again, 572-9710 and WhatsApp 287-0971 to make a contribution or to add some spice to what I'm saying there. Yeah, the last a while ago we were talking about sleep. The importance of sleep in your longevity is that it is said that there are some amyloids, which are like proteinaceous material, protein material that can lodge in your brain between the cells and remain there. And if you sleep badly, then they accumulate. However, with proper deep sleep, you can cleanse some of these proteins by eradicating it from the brain cells. They're not inside the brain cell, they're around it, and prevent the electrical signals from traveling, because a lot of the signals are electrical in the brain. That's why when we do brain studies, you study the electrical event. And so these amyloid collection can interfere and give you dementia, can give you different kind of mental conditions, etc. And proper sleep with, because remember, sleep has stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and rapid eye movement sleep. Now, the combination of all the four in the right proportion is described as your architecture of your sleep, or the makeup of your sleep. Now, if this ratio is lopsided, where you get a lot more of one and very little of the other, then that can throw you off and can affect your immune system, can cause accumulation of these waste material in your brain, and can cause problems.
You have a call.
Hello.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Dr. Surage.
Hello,
Good evening,
sir.
Andre.
Good evening. Good evening.
Bonsoir tout le monde.
Okay.
C'est bon? Tout va douce, Doc?
Tout va all right. Tout va all right. Il not a morta, no.
Une lota? Macho, mais c'est pas lota.
Vous savez. Sabe. Pour ça, SPT, on va y nous là.
Oui, quand on parle de ligne sommeil, dormir, sommeil est important pour santé, ouais? C'est ça qu'on va dire là, ouais?
Oui.
So, you're saying that, I'll give it to you in English and the Creole also, as I love the Creole.
I know. All right. And you're good at it too, eh?
Thank you. Appreciate that. What happened, Doc, as you mentioned, the sleep, it's happening to me where I suspect is because when I used to be in the hotel industry, when I used to work there, I always loved the night shift. Love the night shift. So what you find right now, even if I go home now, I will still go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just staying home. And the sleep has to beat me. So many people bat me. Bon pou bay koume kou tèt avant moi aller à cabane moi I dormi.
Okay.
And I find right now that my pressure is low. Is because the sleeping. Because before I used to feel my head spinning, where when I look up and I look down, my head would spin. So what happened is my pressure was very low because I don't like salt, I don't like sweet things, and then the physician told me that the body needs these things.
Okay.
So right now I'm not feeling that way. I'm feeling much better. Is because I do the things that I ought to do, which is have like my breakfast, and I like oatmeal, I like oats. But she told me that the physician told me if I'm having oatmeal, I'm supposed to have some glucose in the morning, which is some fruits, some sugar.
Okay.
Because in the morning I need to have, because oatmeal, it's almost like it doesn't promote, like for instance, anything to put on weight or to sustain. It's just that it's something wheaty. Now I'm weighing 100. I'm saying to you that she said to me 148.8, and she said, listen, this is when I put somebody on a diet. This is what they actually will weigh. But for somebody like you need to put on some meat.
Okay.
And what I don't like, doc, is I seen everybody going obese. And I'm 54, so I want to safeguard that. But she said, but you could be hurting yourself in the longer run, because you need to eat and drink moderately, and you need to eat small meals regular. Because with me, I just don't like eating all the time.
Okay.
I just like, if it's one meal for the day, I finish with that. Nighttime, I would have some tea or whatever. But I just don't like. For instance, I'm going out with Andre, and even when I go out, I don't want to eat in the night. It's because I don't want to because it's like in the night to consume this kind of, meats and stuff, But what the physician said, that once I'm up, I could, if I'm hungry, I could eat.
Yeah. Right.
Because the brain needs energy. And with somebody like me, I always standing up on my 2 feet every day, to work. So how I'm going to feed the brain? And it makes sense, though. It makes sense. And right now, the things I'm doing, I see getting better. But right now, what I find, even right now, when I finish speak to you, I have to run home and try to clock in 7 hours straight.
Oh, sleep.
Straight. Yes, straight.
Okay.
Because what happened is Sunday, for instance, Sunday, I was doing something home. A tabletop. I did a structure for a bed frame. I finished after 11. And doc, I still stayed up after 2. I didn't go to bed. I stayed up after 2. So it's like, I'm milking myself on the other side. So once I'm aware, because I'm disciplined in whatever I'm doing, and I know that I need to detour, I will. And my friend next to you will tell you that anything that's not right for the body, from the time you get to know that at least alcohol is a drug, stay away from it.
Call it a drug.
From the time you know that high cholesterol, with that ice cream, you put it away, the cake, the things that you love. So you make that change and you actually see the difference. So I self know what I have to do. I'm actually working on it, but I see the sleep. And nothing prevents me from sleeping, It's just that in my DNA, I just want to be up. I ain't going nowhere. Like Saturday, we didn't go anywhere, and I just stayed home all after 1, 2 o'clock, And the wifey, my lady, doesn't encourage me to come to bed. So I have to tell her, tell me, Anthony, put off the TV and come to bed, She getting up and pee, and I'm still there watching TV, So I think it's something I need to work on, seriously. So, c'est ça, moi, là, pour sommeil, on pour on peut dormir et que nuit bien, puisque si pas ça même ça mène pressure bas, puisque ça qui fait là, on pas qu'à poser corps assez, on pas qu'à bailler corps assez pause, puisque c'est velours qui là, il pour opérer même manière que tout les stars bagaille qui a dit donc à opérer, parce que à ça là, qui machine qui ni pour voir commission bailler toutes les autres tipiti bagay ki supposé marcher en dedans pour faire salve bagay pas aller direct. So à ça là nous ne pouvons pas abuser comme nous même fait commun et puis les machines dou comme ça il dou bout c'est que dire en anglais c'est pas fait qui dou bout il y a un problème c'est pour ça il dou bout so nous même ouais qui là les nous dou bout pas pour nous quoi là pas un problème là il y a un problème avant il dou bout les nous dommage là nous ne pouvons faire et puis l'autre ça nous pour faire primaire nous garder qui ça nous a fait puisque docteur là pour nous soulagement et puis pour nous encouragement pour faire ça qui fait pour faire ça nous pour faire qui doit mais à l'aise là si qu'a dit nous ça et nous pas voulons faire c'est nous puisque dernière situation nous pour faire et dernier bagage là nous pour faire à ce côté qu'on docteur pas là pour faire c'est l'aide pour faire et pour faire à l'aise là l'on vient vier aussi qui est résultat sous café mais sous pas café merci.
Very good. But to the sleep one thing, I think sleep has a pattern. After a while, you develop a pattern. Now, if you are working nights sometimes and sometimes not, it may put it off a little bit. But deep sleep is extremely important. People don't underestimate the importance of sleep because if you sleep badly, it reflects on. It actually makes you get things like dementia much faster because the brain itself needs support. Imagine you have an engine that is started when you were born and it ticks until you, if you are 60 years, it's been ticking for 60 years non-stop, your heart and your brain. But you might think that the brain takes a break, but it doesn't. When you are asleep, the brain is even more active. And there is the central processing of the brain that when you are asleep, that's the time the brain repair. So all the repairmen comes out in the brain to fix it up, to take care of issues, etc. So that in the morning when you wake up, ready to fire again.
But Dr. Surage, do you think there could be a link between his low blood pressure and the lack of sleep? Do you think there could be a connection?
Lack of sleep affects your pressure. Some people get it high because the stress of not sleeping properly. But you need to...
No, I mean the other way around.
Yeah.
That the low blood pressure could be the cause of the sleeplessness. No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. And low blood pressure, what it does to you, it makes you feel tired. It makes you, when you are standing from a sitting position, you feel your head a little woozy. In other words, the pressure does not get to your brain fast enough. So these are the little things, but most of the problem relates to high blood pressure, not low.
Okay, all right.
The blood pressure.
Okay, Anthony?
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Yes, just a reminder, this is Doctor in the House, live on REV-UP St. Lucia. The numbers to call, the fixed line is 572-9710, 572-9710, or you can try the WhatsApp platform at 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. Again, the fixed line, 572-9710, or WhatsApp 287-0971. And that's where we have our next caller, Dr. Surage.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Andre. Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks for accepting my call.
Yes.
You're welcome. How are you?
Okay. I'm okay, fine, thank you. Thank
right.
you for asking.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, Dr. Surage, at one time, I'd consider Choiseul to be the blue point of St. Lucia where people live longer, you know.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. Because when I was setting that program, I said, Choiseul must have something that is peculiar in terms of longevity. I never understood why. And I think maybe you can explain to me a little bit why you think so.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the culture, the lifestyle, because it was a community where you didn't have any industrial, factory, any big supermarket and so forth. I don't know. And the people in Choiseul, I believe they used to walk a lot,
Yeah.
and that's part of it. And the things they were eating and how they were cooking it too, because I believe they were not using things like stove, mostly coal pot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this have a lot to do with the longevity of their life. You see, because mostly sweet potato. Yeah, that's what I mean. This community was mostly producing, and the people live long, but the walking had a lot to do with it.
Because Choiseul is fairly mountainous, right? Hilly.
Yeah. And they were not really cultivating or planting the garden close to the house. They had to a good distance. You see, they didn't have any transportation, whatever. But
and eating fish. Yeah, a lot of them are
fish. Yeah,
fishermen.
the fish.
So these are the
always
things they
fresh
tell
fish
you that's good.
Yeah, because they didn't have any fridge, any freezer or refrigeration to store the fish. Like whatever they catch, they had to eat it, and then because they know the next day they'll catch again. To me, all these things play a part, and they were active people, always in a cultural dancing and so forth. I don't know if this have to do with it, because Choiseul people were very, very active. Yeah.
That's a good observation. And
I believe the food, and how they were preparing the food, how the food was being cooked, not on stove and thing, but on coal pot. And I even figure they didn't really have this aluminum pan and so forth. Those shodia.
Right. The metal pots. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I believe this play a long. This goes a long way in how the people in Choiseul were living. But now I see it getting, because right now everything now is being commercialized. Everything now is lifestyle is changing and so forth.
But I think to a large extent, the low development of Choiseul has caused people to walk a lot, climb a lot,
That's right.
A lot of physical activity to get from point A to point B, and that has helped them in the longevity.
That's correct. So that's my take on it. I believe Choiseul.
There's one thing I want to run by you also. I have found, and I have not put any research on it, that a lot of people who live in castries came from Choiseul.
That's correct.
So when you ask them where you came from, say, I live in Castries now, but I'm working in Castries now, but I came from Choiseul. So the migration from Choiseul to the city, perhaps the numbers are larger, proportionally speaking, than others, simply because job opportunity were less. And less job opportunity means that the people work harder. And that has, if we find that they tend to live longer, then that might be part of the reason, the demographics.
And even the money they had during that time, Dr. Surage, like it was circulating among themselves there, Yeah. Like I sell fish. I sell fish, I sell breadfruit, that one, almost like a trading going among them.
That's right. Barter, they call it. Barter. So I produce plantain and you sell fish. I just exchange plantain and fish for you.
Yeah. So that's my take.
Yeah, but that's a very good observation. And I thought about it and I said it could, because I know that a lot of people who live in Castries now really came from that area. And when you compare the other villages, there are more people from Choiseul than most of the other villages.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Take care of yourself. All right, we have another call, Dr. Surage.
Okay, hello. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks for calling.
Good evening, Doc. Good evening, Andre.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. I just want to get my mind at ease about a few things. Actually, how do I put it? Well, unfortunately, I'm kind of more or less like diabetic now.
I
had a high level of it was about 286 when I checked. Sugar. My pressure is okay. Cholesterol is okay. Blood pressure is okay. Right? Now, the question I want to ask, is I'm a little confused. Or I want to make sure I try to discipline myself to do what I have to do.
Sure.
And not to do what I don't have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So I want a little enlightenment on, okay, should I say? How should I say? I know there's a lot of herbs around. I mean, people tell different teas and stuff like that, right? And I don't know if I want to compare it with the medication, the tablets they give. I mean, I know there's a lot of side effects about. I mean, and everything, almost everything has side effects. Anyway, but let me see. I want to make sure, okay, when it comes to dieting, I was told I'm not supposed to eat rice. Well, of course, starchy food, dashing and stuff like that. I mean, all these things, sometimes you should get more often, and which I like. I understand I'm not supposed to eat them. Well, soursop, watermelon, ripe banana, mango. Give me a take on these things. Or should I eat them in moderation, or stay away from it completely, or what?
Okay. There are some things you eat that will bring your sugar higher faster than others.
Right.
Okay. When you eat things like ground provision, etc., dashing, etc., it builds the glucose slower compared to if you ate refined carbohydrates like bread and stuff like that. People get to dislike bread and say, I'm eating bread. But I'll tell you, you must live comfortably, but you must have boundaries. You must exercise moderation in everything that you do.
Right. Okay. Fine.
Nothing is beyond you that you will never eat. But there are some that will raise your starch faster and higher, and therefore you curb on them, try to control them, try to be disciplined because you have to live.
Exactly.
And so what you're thinking about is quite right, because earlier on a caller called and talked about eating not cornflakes. You were talking about
oats.
Oats, yes.
Now,
yes,
oats,
yes.
oats is the seed of a plant.
Right.
It has protein. It has a lot of roughage of it, a lot of fiber.
Yes.
When you eat oats, it releases the energy little by little for a long time.
Okay.
Unlike rice, you eat rice now, within half an hour, the sugars are going up.
It start going up?
Yeah. And bread is even worse. But it does not mean you'll not eat it. But exercise moderation in the things that you do and enjoy the things you like.
Okay. Let me come in. As you mentioned, exercise, what I eat. I just realized, well, to be honest with you, since in 23, I was told I was pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
Now, what happened is my wife died, and not before, after COVID, in 2023.
Oh,
yes.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
And what happened is the dog. I stopped because I normally go to the gym and stuff, exercise and stuff, and I stopped all this. I just stopped going to the gym, and then you find I was drinking more. Like I tell the bears, you pee that out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good, So I wasn't drinking strong alcohol, but in the beers I get to know now, it still makes the sugar.
Yeah, it raises the sugar.
Yeah. So by not exercising and eating everything, eating pork and eating everything, eventually when I decided to go and check up, I decided to go and do a general checkup. Then I realized, I was like, full-blown diabetic, Yeah.
Okay. Now, you might be lucky enough to see to what extent you can reverse that by trying to get on a strict diet, pick up the things you like and but add a lot of fruits and vegetables to it. Do you like mangoes? Because the mango season can wreak havoc on diabetics, sir.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, because it is almost like sugar.
It's very, especially I like the Julie mangoes, and when that thing is very, that's sadu, man.
That's why I mentioned it. I know mango does that. And people don't eat one mango, they eat a bowl of mango.
I know I can't do that now. I know I'm not supposed to do that now, for sure. But I'll eat one. It's just that, unfortunately, like, the time it spiked a bit, that day I had Julie mango. I think I had sour top, which was not sour, the sweet top, and ripe banana and stuff. And when I did go and check up, but the thing is, it moved from 286 to 180 something.
Oh.
And then I remember Lily telling me, you know something, you can beat that. Now I'll just say something I don't know if you've heard about it or whatever it is, but then imagine the lady told me, you know something, just take 3 mango leaves, 3 guava leaves, 3 soursop leaves, and do not boil it, but just very hot water, and then close it and drink it. And then when I drank that, in less than a week, when I went back, it moved from 286 to 181. Right? I continued the week again, and imagine, Doc, when I went and checked, it was 137.
Well, I think that I'm not too sure what works there, but whatever it is, something good is happening.
Yes,
something good is happening.
The lady told me you can beat it.
Yeah.
You know, but then the thing about it is I didn't continue, and then it's like I go about buying food anywhere. I mean, not anywhere, buying good food. I like my little bouillon and stuff like that, dumplings and stuff. And then you're talking about flour there. So,
well, again, I mean, you'll hear all kind of stories. Oh, bread is not good. I'm not eating bread anymore. And then I'll say, well, I'm not eating rice anymore. Rice can bring everything that's carbohydrate based will bring your sugar up.
Yes.
So you have to be smart about it. And the day you indulge a little more, some people would probably take half of a metformin tablet just to smooth that down.
Right.
So, you have to use your judgment. Use the science to help you.
Okay. Well, okay. Right. Yes, I really wanted that thing on that day. But then, just one more last thing. I remember giving an elderly lady a ride up to Rodney Bay where they was at. And then we were talking about that same sugar thing, And the lady, 88 years old, and she told me, well, my son, let me tell you something. Right now, every time I go to the doctor, they ask me what I'm doing. But then I'm just normal, it's okay. At 88, going to 90. And guess what the lady tell me? All I'll tell you is, well, the same thing you just said, eat anything, you can eat anything or drink anything in moderation. But she says if she drinks anything that has sugar in it, she makes sure she drinks a glass of water after. She drinks water after it. Water and stuff. If she eat cake, she a piece of cake, a little piece of cake.
Yeah.
But she drinks water. And so I guess all these things have the little, means and ways of kind of cope them when
but one thing I want to ask you, how do you measure your sugar? Because you said it was like 280 and then 180 and then 130.
It was 286. Well, the 286, I got that from when I went for the general test. It was the
blood test.
Blood test, blood test.
Okay. Because I think the blood test is more accurate than even the finger prick. So if you're going to set up standards, I'm happy that you use the blood sugar, the blood test.
I use the blood sugar. The second one was a blood test also, 186. Yeah, 186. But the finger one, which I'm not sure if that was the finger one, was 137.
Okay, now since you're opening up to me that way, I must tell you that whatever you do, you must include some exercise, some walking, some physical activity, exercise. Maybe you're already doing it, but it is. So try to get some exercise into it, and that will help the sugar to go down. And try in your meal. The usual thing we say is that you eat breakfast like a king, you eat lunch like a princess, and you eat dinner like a pauper.
Wow. Okay.
Because what you don't want is the high sugar floating in your system all the hours of the night.
That's right.
Because the sugar can cause end organ problem, visual, kidney, heart, brain.
Wow. Okay, good.
So exercise moderation, a bit of exercise. Try to reconfigure your meal so you don't eat heavy in the night. and so forth. And the days you had an excess, you can take a little bit of medication to smooth that down.
Okay, Doc. Thanks for the advice. So let me know. Pull up the line, let somebody else call.
All right, okay.
I appreciate it. I joined in late, but then it's very interesting, very interesting. I mean, I like listening to you all the time anyway. When I get a chance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, okay, Doc.
Thanks for calling. Have a good night.
Right,
yes,
thanks.
Andrew, you're welcome.
Yes,
okay,
bye-bye. Okay, Dr. Surage, I think we have to start wrapping up.
Okay, well, listeners, I must say that the calls were very interesting and very inspiring. For the past few weeks, we've been talking about living properly, longer, living a higher quality life, and also we talk about how that can be achieved without any major expense. All it requires is will and discipline. And no matter what you do with your life, you must exercise some discipline for you to get through in this life. And so on this note, I would like to say thank you for listening, and next time we'll see you again.
Thank you, Dr. Surage, as always, for your service.
Thank you.
So God willing, we shall see you next week, Tuesday, same time, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for another Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia. Okay, so the program brought to you the compliments of La Place Saint-Lézon, Jeannot Cooperative Credit Union, Tapio Hospital, and St. Lucia Planned Parenthood.
The St. Lucia Planned Parenthood is now at number 9 Grass Street, Castries. The same team you know, just a new space. If you need advice, testing, or support with your health, we are here to help. We are also introducing our SRH Bridge Clinic at South Louis Community College, connecting students to care for healthier choices and brighter futures. At our main clinic, we now offer long-acting contraceptives through the support and specialized training provided under the UNFPA BBE project. You can walk in, call 452-4335 or WhatsApp 722-1234 for more information. St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association, promoting a positive approach to sexuality.
At Tapio Hospital, we operate a 24-hour emergency service for all your urgent healthcare needs. Our qualified medical specialist will be on hand to ensure that you receive the best of care. Call us at 459-2617. Tapio Hospital, where the patient's safety comes first.
Say hello to Janu Visa Debit Card. It's the convenient and secure way to access your money from your account at Janu. You can use your Janu Visa Debit Card in lots of ways and at millions of locations worldwide, in stores and online. You can use it to buy everyday things or withdraw from ATMs and make regular payments such as bills. It is easy to use. Simply tap and pay.
Janu, we can move mountains for you.
Powered by First National Bank.
It's delicious.
La Place Saint-Lézon is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Place Saint-Lézon, of course. La Place Saint-Lézon, Castries, Groselet, Beaufort, and Surage.
It's delicious.
REV-UP St. Lucia is located at Unit 4, Gablewoods Mall, Sunny Acres, Castries, St. Lucia. Tune in on 95.9 FM or online at RevUpSLU.com. Call the studio at 572-9710 or WhatsApp 287-0971. Call the